Hello, everybody. Hello, Sofa Squad. I hope everybody's doing well. Hello, Emily. Give a big shout out to our lovely moderator, Miss Emily. We do appreciate you, Emily. I hope you're doing well. If you can hear me and everything's good on your end, just drop a number one in the comment section, pretty please. Let me make sure this is. I need to get. I need to. We're gonna have to upgrade the damn sofa webcam here. This thing's getting old. I still use the same one that I had for a while ago. Hey Ben, hey Cement Shoes, hey Gigi, how's it going? Let me go ahead and share this on the other channel. I hope everybody is doing just lovely. So what I wanted to do, hey Miss Glass, hey Regina, I hope everyone's doing well. Hey Audrey, thanks everyone. Hey Stacy. So I just wanted to come live and talk about a few little things here. It is a little bit blurry. I don't know why this camera is doing this, but it is what it is. Maybe it's not on your end. Hey Tracy, I hope everybody's doing well. Hey Kat. Um, so I want to talk about a couple of things. I've been number one working on my. Let me sit in front of that so it's not so bright. On my Amber Heard video. So I wanted to talk just a couple of things about that, and then this insane case of Vicky and Casey White, not related, which is that in itself is bizarre, that has come to an end, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, right? And then also just kind of catch up or whatever. So there's that. I just say hello. So, hey Karen, hey Katie, hey Feed Your Head, hey Joni, hey Outlandish. I hope everybody's doing well. Hey Anti Venom. I hope everyone's well out there. I hope everyone's doing just peachy and dandy. Hey Carrie, I know it was so crazy, and I haven't made a video on it. So I got to update everybody. CrimeCon, amazing. If you didn't watch the live chats from it, I did like 3 different ones from here. Um, I got back look at this, the time change, literally. Hey Greta, that's cool. I appreciate it. Have a good evening or good sweet dreams. The time change thing literally threw me off, y'all. It messed me up big time. And then I don't know what happened. I've got a doctor's appointment coming up. It's not COVID. Did my little at home test. It's not that, but I have been under the weather ever since. And so I just haven't felt good. And I don't know if it's a time change or what, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see the doctor just to make sure, you know what I'm saying? So I've just been kind of like off in my little, zone over here. But I have just to update everybody. I have a big, like an hour long video coming out of where I kind of go through some of the Amber Heard testimony. And that's one that has little Roscoe's back here. That's one that has this little sponsor video in it. I'm just waiting for them to approve it and then it will get published. Um and then what else? I'm editing another one that I was literally just working on. And I was like, I just need to talk about this at this point because I can't publish that one until the first one goes out because they're like in succession. So there's that, right? And then I'm reading the headlines about, the Vicky White thing, and I'm like, oh my God, right? I'm just like, holy shit, you guys, pardon my French. So there's that. So yeah, so the Vicky and Casey White thing. So these are the things that get me. So if you haven't followed that case, if you haven't been following that whatever, then this stemmed out of Alabama. This was a corrections officer. Um, Vicky White was a corrections officer. Casey White was an inmate, convicted murderer. No relation, right? This is what's so, like really seriously. He did refer to her as his wife, but they don't believe that they were legally married. Uh, this is what gets me about it is the whole fact that she had just retired. I'm talking ink probably wasn't even dry on the damn papers, y'all. Okay. And so then there's that, right? Sold her house, like I think they said like a month ago. And so then this goes down. Now, he had already tried to escape back in 2020, I think, from the same facility. So this had already happened again. She already, she had broken rules apparently with like one officer taking someone with his kind of charges out by herself, right? So that was already like a no-no or whatever. Um, this is my thing that I'm just like, she threw her life away for someone who probably could care less about her. It was probably something for him to do to pass time. He will go right back to prison. He will probably continue to do the same type thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, really? I don't know her. I don't know him. I don't know what's up with, you know what I'm saying? But we've seen, have y'all ever watched Damn Love After Lockup? If you haven't, just watch it. I feel like this has this written all over that. Um, she was his ticket out of there. She was his ticket out of there. I'm just moving over so I can block the light. I don't want to turn it off because it might make it too dark back there, but it's annoying to be so bright behind me. Um, so it's just it blows my mind. Now again, I don't have all the details in the way of like how long this is going on between them, all this kind of stuff. She probably really did. Obviously, she really cared about him and loved him, right? I mean, this is like some Bonnie and Clyde shit, right? Um, so let's see. When they ran off and she was fired. Oh my! I mean, this is crazy. Threw her life away. Yeah, in a dumpster fire, 100% dumpster fire. I mean, and so then I have to sit here and think, and I'm like, her. I mean, she must not have really had a lot of happiness going on, right? I mean, if you're willing to throw it all away on that, because I mean, I'm just trying to sit here and imagine the frame of mind you had to be in to be like, I'm going to risk it all. It's all or nothing. This is my chance. She must have been so wrapped up in this man, right? To where everything about herself relied on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and what I mean by that is like self-esteem, that kind of stuff. Because I just feel like that's the only way that could happen, right? Um, to just be willing to throw it all away and to leave. Because I mean, again, it's almost one of those things where it's like, what did you think was going to happen? I mean, unless you had dug a hole in the middle of the damn desert with a bunker to go live in, what did they think was going to happen? Um, Hold on. Yeah, and Simply Neen says the fact that her end game was to shoot herself. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. And for it to end up like that, I mean, I can't even imagine. And that's the other thing too. It makes me wonder, like, you know, what, I'm going to switch over to the article real quick because now this is what I'm curious about. Oh my God. And I'm looking at the pictures and they show him without a shirt on. I mean, my God, do they have to violate us like that? Dear Jesus. I mean, why? What prison did they come from? Hold on. Oh, wait. I think I was wrong. Wait, the Alabama corrections officer who helped him escape jail more than a week ago at the wife reportedly told. Okay. Does anybody know the name of the jail they escaped from? Does anybody know the name of the jail? And see, that's the thing. I mean, she was definitely obviously abusing her position, right? I mean, she doesn't get, I mean, while I feel bad for her, she was clearly abusing her position, right? I mean, she was 100% in the wrong. I mean, you just start typing in Lauderdale, it's the first damn thing that comes up. I mean, you already know this, right? Um, Lauderdale County Sheriff files more charges against fugitive ex-employee Vicky White. Obviously, we know that's here nor there. Um, let's see what they're saying. Okay. Do y'all remember the case? You know what this reminds me of? And one of y'all just drop it in the comments as soon as you recognize it. Um, okay. Do you remember the case where that woman ran off with the dude? It was like her husband worked for, it's like, you know how some prisons have like almost like where you live on site in like one of those houses, and she was like the wife. And so one of the prisoners had like kind of like, you know, cozied up to her or whatever, right? And so he and her end up escaping kind of like this, right? And so, pardon me. So they run off and kind of live this life together, kind of a thing for a while, right? I mean, this is like a thing, and they end up getting caught, and it was a scenario where almost like to me, the way I got it, this is how I looked into it. I was like, they were like a couple, like she was into it, like she loved him. Now they tried to play it off, and my idea of it was that they probably were like, if we ever get caught, this is how we'll do it because I know I'm going to go back to prison, that type thing. So they did it like that. They set it up like that, right? Anyways, it reminded me when this came back up, it just reminded me of that case. And I just keep thinking about that, and I damn near wanted to revisit that. Um, her husband was the warden. Okay, yeah. I mean, can you imagine having to go back to prison? That guy, her damn husband's the warden. What do you say as the wife, right? I mean, come on. Um, yeah, they did, and her husband fell for it all. I mean, exactly. That had some damn Sherry Papini vibes written all over right there. I mean, my God, because that went on forever. But I mean, again, so this case with the whites, Vicky and Casey, it just this had that vibe written all over it. Clearly, not as planned out, right? Because I just don't. This just blew up very quickly. I mean, this did not happen. So, hey, Chrissy, I hope you're doing well. This is a Crime Con thing. I don't know if they sell their merch anywhere else, but I bought it at Crime Con. Basically, a detective. That's where I got it from. Hey, hey, hey! Have fun in Vegas. CrimeCon 23 tickets are booked. So, hi. When I hear back if I get the chance to be an exhibitor, I'll let y'all know. So I'll let y'all know about that. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? I got your thing sent out to you a couple of days ago, so you should be getting it. Um, so Rojo says this. I'm just going to read the comments here, and this is in relation to Vicky and Casey White. Rojo says someone was interviewed and said she had to be the mastermind because he was a complete dumbass. It's probably true. It's probably true, right? Um, I mean, come on. I mean, it's probably true. Whew, that was good. That was good. I love that. He was dressed as an elderly woman. No, Katie, tell me that is a lie. Katie, tell me you are lying. Katie says he was dressed as an elderly woman in a wheelchair and she was pushing. Please tell me that is a lie. Oh my God. Roscoe's hey Patty, Roscoe's back here sleeping. He's been the most cut. You can't really see him in the blankie right here because he kind of melds into it. Um Oh my God, this is just I might do like a little I've been waiting for the case to kind of happen, you know what I'm saying? So I could like come talk about it. Hey Loretta. Um Hey Trent. Yeah, Trend Killer says a 6'9" granny. Exactly. Wait, hold on. Hey Mark, how's it going? Captured 2 hours south of me and Vancouver. Oh wow. So you've like got the tea. Um that's just oh man, that is crazy. Um Oh, yeah, Nemesis. Hey, Nemesis, how's it going? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Amber here in a second because I've been editing that. It's here. I've been knee deep and neck deep in damn Amber Heard. Y'all, she's cray cray. I'm talking cray cray. I'm talking cray cray. I can't with the facial expressions, y'all. I cannot with the facial expressions than her. Have y'all ever? I never thought I mean, I just for the life of me, I was like, I just never really thought that I would get into a celebrity trial like this. But I mean, it's definitely been interesting. Hey Cookie, how's it going? Um right, simply needs. I mean, I definitely Hey Christy, how's it going? Um, I haven't seen the sniffing coke on the stand, but I have to watch it. Um, and my gut feeling was that she would die and he would. And so here's one thing going. So I'm going to switch back real quick to the story about the people who escaped prison. I'm wondering, do we think that he killed her in the last minute? If she was like, shoot me in the head, you know what I'm saying? Or do we think she really killed herself? Because it's like, I don't have anything to do with it. I mean, do we really think that? Because again, I don't care how long they've been going out. I'm like, there's the power dynamic. I mean, again, I just don't believe it. Yeah, and I mean, there's no with what she went through, there's no way. I mean, honestly, if I was her, if I was Vicky, I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? What else are you gonna do? Number one, the shame of it all, right? I mean, this she has got kids, she's got this, she's got that. I mean, come on, you know. Hey, Alice, we're talking about, well, we're starting to do a crossover. We're talking about Vicky and Casey White. We're also starting to rip up on Amber Heard. Um, Vicky had no children. Oh, she didn't have any children. Okay, I thought she did. Let's see. I thought it was a stomach wound. Vicky's dad. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, hold on. Long. Yay, my food was just over. Please hold. Please hold. I know we got to go get dinner here in a few minutes or in a little bit. Um, hey, Daniel. Nope, you didn't miss anything major. Um, oh, I'll check that out. I like Tori's channel. Um, Yeah, it had a very Thelma and Louise vibe to it too, like the whole Vicky and Casey thing, right? Almost like that, but I mean, you know, they got out there. So Alice, are you talking about? Are you talking? What do you want an answer to, Alice? What question? Let me look back and see. Hey Emily, what question did you ask, Alice? Is this hypothetical? Are you talking about, is Vicky dead? Is that what you're talking about? Now, Vicky, if you're talking about Vicky, no, she is confirmed dead. Gunshot wound to the head when she got called. So this is ended. He is in custody. Casey is in custody. Now I read. Okay, gotcha. Yep, that's what's going on. So yeah, I got it. I missed your comment up there, the original one. Yeah. So gunshot wound to the head for her, and he is in custody. And I saw somewhere where he was talking about he was gonna do like a big shootout, but he was the car wreck or something like this. That was crazy. But in this day and age, y'all, literally, it's sad. It doesn't surprise me, right? I mean, I know I sound, you know how like you end up being like you sound like your parents and your grandparents, stuff like that. Y'all, I mean, I see it now. I'm like, "Th- the world is crazy. Okay, it is dangerous to walk out your front damn door these days. You don't know what is going to happen. Okay, the stuff that we see happening on a daily basis in places, you know, it used to be one of these things. Oh, this would never happen in a town like this. This would never happen. That's not no longer true. That this kind of crazy ass stuff happens everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking just next level crazy shit, y'all. Like stuff that's just like, what? Like this is what? No, the world's broken, and it's sad. It's really sad. Yeah. So Amanda, yeah. So that makes sense. So yeah, they'll do the autopsy, and I mean, it is what it is. Her life is thrown away. Um, Thanks, Mel. Yeah, I got this. This isn't my merch. I got this from CrimeCon. And here's the thing. I cannot stay warm. Now, if you know me, if you follow me, especially people who know me, y'all, I'm hot all the time, okay? It's May. I live in North Carolina. Well, I'll tell you what the damn temperature is. It's 71 degrees right now. It's 7:16 p.m. Um, Mother's Day here was 50 degrees. Now, mind you, like I said, I have been, since we got back from CrimeCon, basically sick. So I've been at work. And when I say sick, jet lag, not feeling well, it feels like a cold. I've gotten tested for COVID. It's not COVID. I've made a doctor's appointment just to make sure. Cause I'm like, is this just being exhausted? You know what I'm saying? Is it pollen? But I mean, just sleeping all the time, no energy. But I pretty much got off an airplane from jet lag and then worked nonstop. Right. So, there's that. But cannot warm up, y'all, cannot warm up. So I'm sitting here in the house with this on, and I was like, I'm gonna wear my damn crime con. And y'all, look at this. If you watch my live chats from the thing, so there's Roscoe right there. Can y'all see this? I got that from CrimeCon. My partner in crime. So cute. So damn cute. Oh my god. Yeah, the allergies have this year. Like right now, and I don't know if I sound nasally, but like I have this, like, what do you call that when you got something dripping or whatever? That I had that big time. But it's not like a cold. I don't know. It's like that's why I keep saying, like, it feels like COVID, but I've tested myself, to be quite honest, twice in the last week. Like when I got back and then another time because I just get obsessive like that. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. But drainage, thank you. Yes, thank you. Long and short. Anyways, okay, let's talk about Amber Heard for a minute and Johnny Depp. Okay, so for those people who are just joining, I'll say this. So I have a video coming out. It's an hour long, excuse me, and it's dissecting. My version of dissecting, right? My version. Okay, let me turn. My version of dissecting is kind of like breaking down and just talking and commenting. But I'm not a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that. It's just my version of it. But it's starting with the Amber Heard testimony. So that my first video, part one, I have a sponsor for that, and that's the one that I told you about. That it's Roscoe's sponsor, right? It's cute as hell. If you don't, if you're not interested in the case or hear me talk about it, watch it for him because it's so damn cute. And if you have a pet, you'll be interested in it, right? He did such a good job with it. But I'm waiting for them to approve it, so I can't publish it until they do that, right? So I recorded part two, but I can't put that out until they publish that, right? So then I stopped doing part two because it was so long. Anyways, what I'm getting at is I have several videos of this to do, but I'm kind of waiting on that, and I'm hoping they'll do it so I can put it out tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever that is. I think tomorrow. Anyways, so there's that. But so I've just been working on that for like the last hour. Here is my thing. So let's just talk about a few things. First of all, the facial expressions alone, okay, of her. And I'm just right now analyzing the parts of her lawyer giving her these softball questions. Because you know how it is, like when you're being interviewed on the stand by your own attorney, and it's like they're just setting you up with stuff so that you can tell your story. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like easy questions, right? The dramatic facial contortions, the lying, all that kind of stuff. It's so over the top, y'all. Oh, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate it. Roscoe, there's a Roscoe. Say thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. My people will get with your people. He says thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Danielle. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. And so where was I? Hold on, I got distracted with a phone call. I'm looking at my phone. Like you were talking about the stand, and then yes, so her lawyer's up there. They're doing all that kind of stuff. Softball questions, the facial contortions, these stories. For me, I'm listening to it, and just after listening to the psychologist get up there, not hers but his, she has lived up to every single thing that doctor said about her, to the point that I'm like, whose idea was it for her to get up here for this is bad. Like, this is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like the cross examination this is bad, right? This is not going to be good. And so this is the part where I'm at right now in one of the testimony where she's like, well, I shouldn't say this. The part that I'm editing, I'm beyond this and really watching it, but we'll talk about this right here. Um, when she's talking about, first of all, when she moves in, right? And so she's talking about, first of all, this part right here. Well, he wanted to give me his credit cards, and of course I wouldn't take those. And I'm like, "Ugh, no, don't." Some things it's like you just don't say because people know you're lying, right? And so for her, I'm like, girl, no, right? Um, so there's that. But then when she starts like all these little things that come out, so she's like sitting here, like number one, like, oh, her friends live there, her sister lives here, this and that. And I'm just like, well, how many people do you have living off this damn man? What I'm saying? It's just like how many people, how much she uses his children, Johnny's children, not her children, Johnny's children, as a prop, as a weapon, if you will, as a manipulative mechanism to try and, wow the jury for herself. I was starting to fall in love with them. I was starting to feel like this. I didn't want the children to feel this way. I didn't. And she's lying. She 100% strikes me as a type that um is the type that's like, number one, would be jealous of her partner's children, like really jealous. Like, I would not want to leave her alone with my children, right? That she would like be completely jealous of them. Um, and and so there's that, right? Then I would love to know what his children think of her. They have to think she's batshit crazy, right? So then the other part where she started talking about her own kid who's 1 years old, I was like, oh my God, this poor child. This poor child, y'all. And I hate to talk smack like that, but I mean, come on, right? I mean, this is not good, right? This is a very unhealthy situation. Um, okay, so then when she started talking about, so first of all, we already know this, right? All the pictures that she takes, and she just all of a sudden has all this, and I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I chuckled at the Tokyo picture when Johnny. To me, it looks like his head is in the damn what do you call the thing? The nightstand drawer. And in the video I recorded, I said I wish they would show Johnny's face when they show these, because I feel like he's over there just laughing, right? Because I think that he just gets it. Where I think at this point the audience gets it. Where I'm like, you know what? If I was on this trip with her, I 100% would be um drunk with my head in the nightstand table too. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That would be me. Um and yeah, Jazz of all trades, how are you doing? That part where she was like, yeah, I mean, little weirdos and all that. Yeah, she'll do these little what I call Freudian slips, and she did this one part where, and I can't remember, it's in one of the videos, I think part one, where she said, they asked her something like, how did you do blank? And she was like, well, I did. And she corrected herself really quick. And I was like, oh, it was about how did you get to Hollywood? And she's like, I used. And she's like, no, I meant, and she changed it real quick. And I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This one, no one, no one has anything nice to say to her. Now, this is another one. When his security guard was talking about the night where he had to go get the nurse, the night where she threw the Red Bull can at Johnny, I think, and he they were fighting or whatever. And first of all, this is when I listen to this and they're talking about, like, first of all, the penthouses. And it's so bizarre to me to like listen to where, like, what is like normal talk for them, right? Where it's like um where it's one of those things where, oh wait, he owned all the penthouses, and so penthouse one, two, three, four, five, and all this kind of stuff. It's bizarre to me. So, anyways, that whole evening that they're describing, and so this is how you can tell who's lying, who's not, whatever. So the way that he's like, well, they were cussing and they were doing this, and yeah, Johnny said some really horrible things, and but so did she. You can tell who's telling the truth, right? Because he's like, Johnny's not. attacking her. And he's like, well, I wanted them to do this because, Amber has a habit of not wanting to, what is it? Let Johnny leave, or they keep wanting it to go, and da 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 da, and all this stuff. And sure enough, they go up there, and Amber comes back up, and tries to prevent the elevator. And this all lines up with all this other testimony that we've heard, right? Um, she just sounds like a horrible person. She just sounds like somebody who's completely empty. She went to Hollywood with nothing, with nothing of substance, right? And that's where she's at. So, um, hold on one second, everybody. I'm gonna have to put y'all on mute. Please hold. I have to listen to this message real quick from work. Please hold. All right, sorry about that, everybody. Um, okay, let's see where we're at, everybody. Yeah, it does seem like it does seem like that whole crowd. Because remember also when the security guy was talking, and he was like, her sister was there, and I don't know how the sister plays into this and all that. It just sounds like a ragtag of grifters in regards to Amber's side, her people, right? They got a hold of Johnny and all that. I don't know why he kept her around for so long. I don't know. I think she probably took at least 10 years off of his life. It sounds terrible. Um, I think it's terrible what happened to him. Yeah, I think Disney and all the people who like yanked all his stuff out of the first drop of the lies that came out about him, I think it's gross. So yeah, there's that. Very curious to see the next thing, because what I've had to do is watch it in blocks. Because remember, I was like traveling and doing all this, came back and work, so I haven't been able to sit here and watch start to finish. You know what I'm saying? Um, Pardon me, I haven't been able to watch start to finish of the case, the trial. So now I'm having to kind of go back and watch it in blocks or watch chunks. Like some people will be like, Paul, watch this part or whatever. And literally, I mean, watching almost any of it, because it's the whole thing. I mean, her attorney who gets up there and questions people is a joke. I mean, my God. And this is my thing. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and rag on the defense attorneys, but I'm down for a good defense attorney, right? Even if I don't like the client. Like, I'm totally down for that. Like, everyone deserves a defense, right? But when you get these like super cheesy or ineffective defense attorneys, and her defense attorney, like the damn muffin conversation, trying to just make something out of nothing, and it was like trying to make nothing out of a muffin. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, quit trying to make these gotcha moments out of something that's not a gotcha moment. Um, it's ridiculous. So that's the part where it's like her whole team, it's ridiculous, and they're just grabbing at anything. And my whole thing is with Amber, it's just like, honey, her behavior is so bad. her getting on the stand, like her team should have been able to just in conversation and meeting with her at their offices should have been like, this woman is so unhinged. There's no way we can put her on the stand. There's no way we can put her on the stand. Like she is so complete, but she was like, I'm getting on the stand. I've got control of this damn situation. You know what I'm saying? So you already knew which way that was going to go. Thank you, Mandy, for the super chat. And Mandy says, "I'll say this for all the SA survivors: this rehearsed testimony is gut wrenching, and Amber's lawyer, my lord, she's." And so, Mandy, you bring up. Thank you again, Mandy. You bring up a good point, because that's one thing that I think at the end of the day, like, yes, this is like easy to rip her apart, and she is a complete joke. One of the damaging things that I do think that Amber is doing is taking she is making other people have gone through experiences like this and have really gone through it, and Amber is almost making a mockery of this, right? She's sitting here and taking people's pain and voices away from them, and she's also for somebody who might say, you know what, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to say this, people might not believe me. She's reinforcing that, you know what I mean? And so that's one of the things that is so gross about this, and the fact that she continues to get up there and so aggressively do it, so confidently do it, knowing what she's doing. And I think that maybe, and see, I don't know how this works, right? Again, I'm not a therapist or anything. To me, the way it looks from my 2 cents in the sofa is that Amber truly believes she's a victim, and so I don't know if people like her really believe that they're a victim, or if she's just that crazy, right? That she knows she's not, but she's trying to play whatever game she is. You know what I'm saying? I would like to think that she thinks she's a victim because I can buy that more, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? I'm almost like, well, she really thinks she's a victim, then okay, I can buy that a little bit more than she's just that crazy. It pisses me off more if she's just that crazy, because then I'm just like, oh, so she's really just that crazy. She doesn't care what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? And so again, it's just stealing authentic victims' voices is how I view it. And she's up there trying to portray this whole thing and the stuff she's coming up with. And like you just said about the rehearsed stuff and all that, some of the stuff she'll come up with that you can just tell is rehearsed, or the amount of detail. This is what I always go to. Okay, now whether so for example, like I'm not going to sit here and say, um, I do not have like a essay event in my life to draw from. When I say this, and what I'm also trying to say is, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I know what that's like when I don't, right? So I'm going to utilize traumatic based events such as a car wreck, also very adrenaline based events, things that had you super hyped up, right? And so I go back to those to try and be like, I'm going to describe every detail to you, like as if I'm trying to recount this. And for me, I'm like, okay, I remember going to make a left hand turn, and then like the car was like, I don't know how I got this way. There's a car, and then at some point I remember touching the glass. It's like pictures, right? It's not this like cohesive thing. And again, everyone's experience is different, all that kind of stuff. So what I'm trying to get at is the way Amber's able to get up there and paint this very vivid picture of all this stuff and all these things and all this, whatever, and recount this fake, what I consider to be very fake emotion with these fake contortions and stuff. It's just, it's so weird, but it just doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? So, anyways, and that's just another way. And so I would think that people who have been through some kind of like traumatic event that might be in relation to, say, being attacked by someone or something like that or whatever, right? Uh, excuse me, that it might be that way. But again, everybody's different, right? But what I'm trying to get at is I don't believe her recounting of things and whatnot. So anyways, And that's the other thing Mel says, Amber is an actress, she acts and doesn't feel. That's the other thing too, Amber's an actress. And so, and I also say this too, so I get, these are actor types and actress types, and so there's gonna be drama. I mean, Johnny's, I mean, he's an actor, he's gonna be kind of dramatic, right? They're gonna have that vibe. I mean, I would say if you compare the two's performances on the what do you call that thing, the Stand, Johnny has like a low key, actor thing going on, and she's like drama, right? Um, just so yeah, it's a harsh story about the detail. I mean, yeah, she definitely, yeah, and yeah, definitely not a good actor. Well, I said this in my video. Um, pardon me, I said this in my video too, and I was like, I still like yesterday. I've looked up. I was like, what movies was she in? And even the movies, that I was like, I've seen this. I had to go looking up with the character, and I was like, who was it? I mean, it's just, and I was like, well, my God, you can sleep with me, damn, marry Johnny Depp, and still be like, who? Who is she? Johnny Depp's girlfriend, Johnny Depp's wife, but not Amber Heard, Um, so who knew? Who knew that this was going to be the thing that just grabbed everybody's attention, right? I mean, I certainly didn't. I mean, I didn't pay that much attention when it first came out. I was like, oh, whatever. Didn't pay it much attention. I was just like, more celebrity drama. Maybe a little bit just because I was like, oh, it's Johnny Depp. I remember him, all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, this is, let me, people were emailing me left and right, and have you seen this and all that, and finally I was like, well, let me look. And as you've seen, if you watched it, when you start watching one little bit of it, you're drawn in, right? You're sucked into it, and you can't look away. Yeah, I hope she, can you imagine working with her on the set? Oh my God. She wants to talk about Johnny being all passed out and all that. Ugh, I can't. Um, it's just, yeah, 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 yeah. Uh, yeah, there's no, Smith says, she's not going to work for a long time. Yeah, there's no way. No way. I don't even know if reality TV will knock on her door. Like, literally, she has to be blacklisted. I mean, I just can't imagine, right? I mean, there's just no way. Jason follows Johnny on social media, loves it, absolutely loves it. Um, so I'm gonna get ready to go. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna try and do another installment of the Chad Daybell thing for Monday. Um, so I'm gonna work up the courage. So just be on the lookout for the main channel. Make sure you're subscribed to it. The link's in the description, because that's where my breakdown of the Amber Heard stuff will be. Some of it we talked here, and again, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because these are separate channels here. And that's it. Thank you, Emily, for showing up and being here. I do appreciate you. I hope everybody's doing well out there. And thanks for coming and talking. I've so much wanted to talk with y'all about this, and I've just been resting this afternoon, so I was finally feeling like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. So here we go. And that's it. So I love you, Sofa Squad. Roscoe loves you. Thank y'all for the super chats out there. And until we meet at the damn sofa again, y'all have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk soon. Hasta la vista, babies.